Hello everyone, this is Taylor of Rejuve Medical Fitness. Today I'm going to be taking you through a full body rehab exercise class, and this is intended for people that are level 3 and 4. So if you are new to the program and just checking things out, welcome. This is a follow-along class for you to check things out. Or if you are already in the program and you've missed a class, this is going to be for you to follow along with at home. So do make sure that you have some bands nearby. You will need a longer band and a small mini looped band, and they should be at a medium to heavy level. Okay, so we always get warmed up with a dynamic movement routine, so let's begin with that. Arms wide, start crossing in front, getting the feet moving at the same time, opening through the chest, bringing the arms out nice and wide, going high and low in opposite directions. Really opening through the chest. Going into nice big arm swings, up and forward. Keep the feet moving. Reaching up nice and high, backwards. And then into shoulder rolls, going up and back. Bringing the elbows up. Keep those feet moving, going the other way. Perfect. From there, reaching one hand high, reaching at an angle, and then reaching in behind with the other hand. And switch. Reaching high and across. Switch. Nice twist through the upper body, switch. There we go. Taking an ankle and a wrist, making circles with both at the same time. And the other way. Going through a nice full range of motion. Switching sides. And the other way. Moving on to the hips, making a hip circle. And going the other way. Going in as large of a circle as you can handle. We'll bring our feet together. Knees are going forward and back, keeping this fairly gentle. Circling off to one side. Once again, going as large of a circle as you feel good with. Other way. And then for a little bit of coordination, going down and out. Other direction. Nice large circles. Good. We're going to step into a bit of a wider stance here. Feet are straight out to the sides, legs are straight as well. Reaching up high, drawing a nice big circle with the arms, just moving the upper body, keeping the lower body nice and stable, keeping the back flat at the bottom here, switching directions. One more full rotation. And great. Okay, now that we are all warmed up, we're going to move on to the upper body exercises to start with. So you're going to take your bands, make sure they are secured around something, so that can be a door frame, doorknob. If you have a pillar or column in your house, that would be great as well, but just finding something to hook the bands onto. Then, if you have loops, you're going to put your hands in those loops or handles, stepping away to create some tension in the band. And we're going to start with a low row technique. So we are pulling straight back to belly button level, releasing until our arms are straight again. If you are in the level 4 level and you want to challenge yourself a bit extra, you can sink into a partial squat and hold that position as you are doing this row. We are looking for one set of 10 to 15 reps. Nice, slow and controlled movements. Keeping those trap muscles in the neck low, so you're just bringing the shoulder blades together for this one. Elbows are staying nice and close to the sides. Nice controlled movements, couple more. And last one. Great. Okay, moving on to the next exercise. You're going to keep the bands hooked on whatever you have them hooked onto. We're now going to bring our arms out wide, and this is a reverse fly here. So arms are going out nice and wide, keeping the arms fairly straight. The elbows can have a gentle bend in them. And and just slowly controlling that movement out wide, coming back together. If you are in level 4 and you want to challenge yourself a bit extra, you can hold a partial lunge as you do this. So we're never going past shoulder height with this. We're just keeping ourselves nice and in line, going as far as you can with the bands. You may be able to get all the way in line with the chest, or you might be able to get a little bit further than that. And if you are doing this lunge, feel free to switch sides at the halfway point. 10 to 15 reps of this one. Controlling that movement, feeling the shoulder blades come together. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Releasing the bands. Okay, moving on to the next exercise. You will not need any bands, but you will need a countertop or table or something stable to put your hands onto. Once you have that, you're going to get into a push-up position. So we want to keep our body nice and straight, core is tucked in, and we're going to sink into our shoulder blades and then pushing the chest away, slight rounding of the upper back here. So this is a push-up plus. We're just doing the plus part of this movement. So it's a shoulder blade drill. Very small movement. If you're level 4 and you want to challenge yourself a bit extra, you can add in that full push-up and then that plus movement at the end where we really push our chest away, feeling the muscle right underneath our armpit working. Once again, nice full push-up, pushing away with the plus. And the elbows are coming off at a 45-degree angle, should feel comfortable on the shoulders. Getting that plus movement. And if you can handle it, holding for a second or two at the ends of both ranges of motion. Keeping the body as straight as you can, never allowing your hips to sag inwards. We want to keep that core tucked in. So we are looking for 10 to 15 reps of this as well. Let's get in a couple more. Do the best you can with it. And if you do get tired of those push-ups, you can just go back to just the plus version of this. So just allowing the shoulder blades to do the work. Keeping the arms fairly straight if you're doing this version. Sinking into the shoulder blades, pushing away with the chest. Great. Okay, we're gonna move on to a core exercise next. So we're gonna get down to the ground. Hopefully you have something comfy to have a seat on. We're gonna lean back. So this one is called a dead bug here. We're gonna reach our hands up towards the ceiling. We're gonna bring our knees up as well. And now this is gonna take a bit of coordination, but we're gonna drop one hand all the way to the ground and the opposite leg all the way to the ground as well. Coming back to the center. Now you're doing the other side, opposite hand, opposite leg, back to center. As you can see, this is a fairly slow and controlled movement. I'm holding out at the end each time. We are looking for 10 reps on both sides. So we're alternating sides every time. And I'm never allowing my hand or my foot to touch the ground. I'm just stopping it before it touches the ground. And you should feel like your core is really working during this one, especially as you're in that very unstable position here where your arm and your leg is out. That core muscle, those core muscles should be working in there. And you can consciously engage the core, pulling the belly button into the spine, stabilizing through the abs. And just take your time with this movement, no need to rush through it. 3, 2, last one, release. Okay, well done with the upper body and core exercise so far. we're now going to move on to our lower body exercises. So for these exercises, you will need a small looped band like this. You're then going to place that band just above knee level. So just like that. Should feel like there's some tension on that band. Now I'd like you to then walk over to something that you can hold on to. That can be a countertop, sink, chair, something stable you can hold on to. We're gonna do some supported squats here. So you're gonna hold on, feet shoulder width, toes pointing out gently, chest is up tall, and I'd like you to hinge back, bend through the knees into a nice squat. Nice, slow, controlled movements. Getting down as low as you feel comfortable with. You can try to aim for parallel if you're capable of it. Keeping tension on the bands. The bands are there to help keep your knees facing forward or outwards a bit so they don't collapse inwards. Just taking your time through the movement. Making sure to hinge back, sitting back with the hips. Really pushing with the quads and the glutes as you come back up. We're looking for a set of 10 to 12 reps with this. Making sure to keep tension on the band, keeping the chest up, working on proper technique. Don't forget to brace the core as well. Pull the belly button in. Nice, last two. Nicely done, okay. So keep the band around your knees. We're gonna move on to the next one. This is gonna be a banded hip extension. So if you'd like to hold on to something, same thing you were just holding on to, you're going to point the toes towards the ground and you're gonna now lift the heel up towards the ceiling, lowering it back down against the resistance. And taking your time with this one as well. Leg stays nice and straight, heels coming up, keeping the hips square to whatever you're facing. If you're level 4 and you want just a little bit of extra challenge, you can choose to not hold on to anything and still go through the exact same range of motion. So really working on your balance for this one. We're looking for 10 to 15 reps on both sides for this. So we can switch it up then. Making sure to stabilize yourself. Lifting that leg in behind. Controlled movements on the way back in, even though the band is pulling you. Keep the body nice and upright. Should feel the glutes working on just that one side. And making sure you don't feel strain in the lower back. It should be the glutes working. So you don't need to go super high with this or anything. Nice focused and controlled movement. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and moving on. So we're gonna go into a hip abduction with the band now. So to do this one, you can hold on to something, place all of your weight on one side, lift the leg up, bring the leg to the side, back in together. So we're fighting against the resistance of that band. Body stays nice and tall. Toes pointing in gently if you can. And as you can see, not a huge movement. There's no need to go super high with this. We want our hips to stay in the same position so they're not hiking upwards. We're also not allowing ourselves to lean to the side. 10 to 15 reps on both sides. If you are level 4, once again, if you want to challenge your balance, feel free to step away and work on your balance. Focus on your breathing. You will need your core to engage if you're balancing like this. 2, 1. Good. Now we're on the other side. Okay, here we go. Lifting one leg off to the side. Do your best to keep your body nice and tall. Keep your shoulders stacked over top of your hips. Toes pointing in gently. Really focusing on a nice controlled movement. This is for your glutes again. So you should feel it back there. Nothing really in the front. And keep it going, doing great with this. Nice focused and controlled with the movements. 3, 2, making those glutes work, 1 more. And release. Perfect. So the next one is going to be for our hamstrings. This will be our last exercise for our legs. You're going to take that band lower now. You're going to step on one end of the band, and the other end of the band is going to be around your ankle. So we have our anchor, and then we have the other end around the ankle. You can hold on to something for balance again. Keep your knees in line, keep your body aligned, just like the previous ones. And now you're going to gently bring the heel up towards the back. So this is working the hamstrings, so you should feel this right on the back of the thigh. And like the other movements, this is slow and controlled. So I want you to really focus, especially as the leg descends. So we're not allowing that foot to just slam back down. We're controlling it on the way down. That's called an eccentric contraction, and it's a good way to train the hamstrings. For you level 4s, if you want to challenge your balance, stepping away from whatever you were holding on to. 10 to 15 both sides. Nice and controlled. 3, 2, and there's 1. Perfect. You can switch sides, so it's around the other ankle now. Anchor it on the opposite side, getting yourself up nice and tall, and bringing the heel up in behind, working those hamstrings. If you are balancing like this, don't forget to brace the core. As well, take a look at your knees. Make sure your knees stay fairly in line with each other. You don't want your knee to come up in front because that makes you use your front hip, which we don't want to. We want to focus on the hamstring. Don't forget to control that movement on the way down. That's very important. Body stays up nice and tall. Resist the urge to hunch over as you do this one. 4, 3, almost there. 2, and 1. Releasing. All right, well done with the lower body exercises. We are now going to move on to the Tabata routine. So as a quick reminder, Tabata is a form of high intensity interval training. It only takes 4 minutes, and it is 20 seconds of max intensity effort followed by 10 seconds of rest for 8 rounds. So do remember that for those 20 seconds of max intensity effort, you should be going full out as hard as you can push yourself. For today's Tabata routine, we will be using a chair. There we go. So for today's Tabata routine, we will be starting with a mountain climber on the chair. So place your hands on the chair, get yourself into a nice plank position, keeping the core tucked in. And all you have to do is just bring your knee all the way up to your chest, alternating sides. And if you want to challenge yourself a bit more, bringing the knee across to the opposite elbow. So it will look either like this, or it will look more like that. This is a little bit more challenging. And this is a nice core exercise. So get yourself set up. You have 20 seconds without stopping. Ready? 3, 2, 1, here we go. Keep the feet moving the entire time. And go at a speed that challenges you. Nice and quick, you can do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. 10 seconds of rest, keep yourself moving. If you do have water nearby, it's a good chance to get some water quickly. And then setting yourself up for round number 2. Ready, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Right into it, full speed again. Remember to keep breathing. Keep those knees moving. You can do it. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing, done round number 2. Keep yourself moving. Deep breaths in and out. And ready for round number 3. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Bringing up the speed even more if you can. Keep those feet moving, keep those knees moving. Keep the core tucked in as well. Nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Almost there. We've got one more round of this one. Continue breathing in and out. Here we go. Round number 4, finishing strong. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Pushing as much as you can. Quick feet, quick feet. You can do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we are done the first 4 rounds. We're gonna move into some squats for the next one. So you can use the chair for these squats, just like we had done previously, hinging back through the hips, sitting back into the chair, pushing up. If you want a little bit more challenge, you can add a little bit of a pop up at the end. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so 20 seconds without stopping. Do the best you can. Ready, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Keep the speed up, you can do it. It doesn't have to be a big jump, just a small little pop off the ground. 3, 2, 1. As well, if you really dislike jumping, you could even come just up on your toes like that. So we're working on some power with this. Here we go. Round 2, 3, 2, and 1. So this works great as well. Make sure that you're not over thrusting through the hips, just going straight up. Feeling those calf muscles work. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. 2 more rounds to go. You can do it. Okay, setting up. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Keep pushing. You can do it. Don't give up. Last little bit. 3, 2, and 1. One final round to go. Last little push. Okay, here we go. Finishing strong. 3, 2, and 1. Last little push. Keep going. You can do it. Feel the burn. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice push. Doing awesome. We're going to finish off with our dynamic cool down, so make sure you still keep moving. Don't stand in just one place. Start crossing the arms, one over top of the other. Focus on deep breaths, in and out. Going high and low. Keep those feet moving. Into some shoulder rolls. And backwards. Full swings up and back, loosening up through the arms. Switch to the hips. Nice hip rotations. Other way. And then down to the knees, forward and back. Loosening up through the legs. Circling. And other way. Focusing on deep breaths in and out. Down and out. Other way. And keeping the legs straight, Reaching up high, make that full trunk circle. Don't forget to keep the back nice and straight. Switch. Nice. And facing forward, reach the arms out wide, twisting through your upper body, side to side. Good. Couple of neck stretches to finish. Dropping the chin, side to side. Looking over each shoulder, side to side. Up and down. And ear to shoulder. And that is it. So give yourself a little round of applause for that one. Thank you for joining me for this class today. So if you are interested in coming in for an assessment or joining the program, please give me a call at this number. And if you are in the program already, I hope to see you back in class again soon. Have a good rest of the day.